Hi guys, Helga from Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking here. I got tagged by Cooking with Cricket to do the 30 things about me tag. And I'm going to tag a couple people here as well. Check it out on the description below. One is going to be Smokin' Ham's Country Cooking and More, and another one is going to be the Bulgur Kitchen. And I think Homestead Tessie is going to be another, and Homestead Mom is going to be another. And I'll put the links to them down below. So I decided to do this partly because, like I said in my mail call video, it's a year for me on YouTube, and it seemed like a good way to celebrate a year on YouTube. So, and I think it's interesting. Some of them I can answer, some of them I can't quite totally answer. But the first one is my full name, and those that are friends with me on Facebook and stuff know what that is. For the purpose of YouTube land, it's Helga. Middle name starts with a B, and it won't be anything you can ever guess, because it's actually a family name that was actually my grandmother's family's last name from Switzerland. Her family was actually from near Interlaken, which is near Bern, Switzerland. Number 2, how did I come up with my channel name? Let's see, Helga, Pennsylvania Cooking, yeah, pretty much it. Married? Technically, no, but for all intents and purposes, yes, 24 years and counting. My proudest accomplishments. I have no idea where to go to that. I guess I don't really think like that. I've done a lot of work in the Morgan horse world with preservation of bloodlines and work like that, and DNA projects. I have some writing accomplishments. I have numerous certifications in the field of like first responder, hazmat, firefighting. I did that stuff for a long time. Just got out of it actually last year. The different stuff I have for work. I don't really know what I would pick to do that. I don't really look at it. I believe everybody has a purpose in life, and you know, part of that is to make the world a better place in some way through yourself and the people that you touch in life. So I'm not really sure what I would consider my greatest accomplishment. I have no idea. Maybe Michael will have an idea, but I doubt he will. Grandchildren? No. No grandkids, just four-legged grandkids, and a grandniece that I pretty much consider my granddaughter. Who inspired me to bake? I would say both my parents. My dad and mom were both excellent bakers, and so I grew up in a kitchen, you know, that they were cooking and baking and doing things. My father makes amazing bread. So I would have to say my parents inspired me to bake. Do I have any pets? Oh yes, let me count the ways. We have a couple dogs, rescue pets, one house cat, and 4 or 5 at the farm that we take care of, plus my horses, goats, and chickens. So yep, definitely full up on the pet thing. How do I feel about sarcasm? I know from watching some other people's answers to this question on the videos, you know, some didn't like it and whatnot. My whole life is sarcasm. I had one boss at work that would ask me things, and I answered him the one day, and he goes, "Are you serious? Are you serious? Or are you kidding?" He says, "You're being sarcastic, aren't you?" And I just started laughing, and he says, "I'm just going to assume from now on when you answer, it's just going to be sarcasm." So I guess I like sarcasm. Mountain retreat or beach home? Oh man, mountain retreat. Beach is nice once in a while, but I am totally a mountain girl, so mountain retreat for me. The last concert I saw. Let's see, the last one? Saw a couple last summer. Let's see, we saw Joan Jett, and then I also, with my one other niece, went and saw Def Leppard, and REO Speedwagon was with them, and Cheap Trick. So that's the last ones that I saw. And I was supposed to see Pat Benatar this summer, which would be awesome. Do I take shampoo, lotion bottles from hotel rooms? That is such a weird question. Usually no. So, I mean, usually I take my own, because usually I don't like their stuff. Sheets tucked in or out? Tucked in. Yep, sheets tucked in. It seems messy if they're tucked out. Did I ever get a speeding ticket? Why, yes. Yes, I did. A couple of them. Not for a long time. Was I named after anyone? Yes, I was. I was actually named after Carl and Paula Sandburg's daughter, Helga. Carl Sandburg is well known as an American writer, and he and his wife have a place down in North Carolina, not real far from Asheville. And his wife, who was also pretty accomplished, also raised Nubian goats. She raised the other breeds too, but focus was on Nubian goats. And they and my parents were friends, and actually my mom started their Nubian dairy goat herd with some of the goats from Paula's herd. And their oldest daughter was Helga. And I wasn't born yet. This was a couple years before I came along. And they liked what the name meant, which in Swedish it means holy child. They realized by the time I was 3 what a grave mistake they had made, but by then it was too late. So Helga it was, and here I am. My favorite scent. Oh boy. Probably my favorite scent in the whole world is iris. Iris is my favorite flower, and I love the smell from irises and hyacinths. Lavender. I like those scents a lot. I don't like some of the heavy perfumey scents, but I do like some of the floral scents and more natural scents like sandalwood as well. Oh, and I like the scent of citrus. I love the smell of citrus. Do I wear makeup? Yeah, not all the time. I try to tone down the damage going into public, but you know, around the farm and at work and at home, I don't bother with makeup. Nah, that's just a waste of good money. When I go out, though, I do. What is my favorite kind of food and my favorite thing I like to bake? How do you ask who's someone who likes to cook and bake something like that? That's like, what is my favorite food? What is my favorite kind of food? Oh my God, it depends on the mood. I like a lot of different cuisines. I like a lot of different types of food, from gourmet to, once in a while, junk food. Depends on the craving. I can't really answer that. But I guess at the end of the day, nothing really beats a good home cooked comfort food meal. That's, you know, at the end of the day, that's probably the best. For me, anyway. And my favorite thing I like to bake. Oh boy. I don't know. I like to bake a lot of stuff. I have been baking a long time, so I don't know. But I like making cakes and pies and cookies and torts and dumplings, and I don't know. I like the variety is the spice of life. I like to do a lot of different things. It's hard to narrow it down to just one thing. Any fears? I don't know. Like the regular stuff, like snakes and that stuff, though, that stuff bothers me. The guys at work are more freaked out by snakes than I am. Snakes, bees, spiders, all that stuff. I'm a farm girl. I mean, come on. If I was going to say biggest fear, I deal with it, but that's probably heights. But I have to qualify that because I love coasters, and I go on all the coasters, even the really high ones. Everything's fine after that initial drop. But I think, I mean, and I can do roof work and be up in high reaches and stuff, but I think the trick is that I'm in something stable, being up really high and not being tied off to anything or not being stable. Yeah, I don't like that so much. Favorite Broadway show. My favorite of all time was Cats. We saw The Who's Tommy also, and I've seen a few other shows, but Cats by far is probably always going to be my favorite. Favorite color. I love several. I like the jewel colors, so I like the really dark blue. I like dark pinks and purples, hunter green. Those are probably my favorite colors. Favorite TV shows. Let's see, I loved Justified, Gone. I like Longmire. I like Gotham. I like a lot of stuff with the old superheroes. I love sci-fi. Love westerns, of course. Once again, I don't have any just one. House of Cards is really good. And I like some of the CIS shows as well. So, even the new MacGyver isn't too bad. PC or Mac? I have a PC. Mike has PC and Mac. I actually started out on a Mac doing programming way back when, before any of it was popular or well known. Mostly because I really liked doing graphics programming. But I haven't done that for a long time, or even web design I haven't done now for a long time. So I just stick with the PC, and that's about it. If I was going to do more graphic works like I used to, or web work and stuff, I would definitely have a Mac. Any pet peeves? Yeah. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorant people who don't bother to even try to educate themselves about anything when everything is so easy to access for knowledge today tick me off. And I'm supposed to take up the slack for you being stupid. I hate that. That is just a time waster for me. And it really is a pet peeve because, like I said, in today's world of such easily accessible information on almost anything you care to know about, being ignorant is not a valid excuse. My favorite movie or movies? Oh boy, this is so hard. I hate just narrowing stuff down to one thing. I'm just not that kind of person. One of my favorite movies actually was Fried Green Tomatoes. That was actually one of my favorite movies. Jessica Tandy was amazing in that, and I just liked the whole premise of the movie and how things were handled. Oh boy. I don't know, I'm a big John Wayne fan. I love the Sackett series with Tom Selleck, with a lot of the old westerns. I'm a Trekkie, Star Wars, all that stuff. Really admire really good cinematography. So once again, I can't narrow that down to just one thing. Coffee or tea? I'm a tea drinker. Totally tea. Coffee does not like me. I like coffee once in a great while, as long as I dilute it with a lot of cream or Bailey's, then it's okay and it doesn't bother me. But other than that, yeah, I'm a tea drinker. I love my tea. My grandmother was a tea drinker, and I guess I got it from her. But that's mostly what we drink here is iced tea. I always have a pitcher in the fridge. Scary movies or happy endings? Totally happy endings. Life is a scary movie. I don't need any more of that. So I'm totally about the happy endings. Not unless they're a comedy, you know, scary movie like Scary Movie was. Other than that, yeah, happy endings. Do I have any nicknames? Oh, I'm sure I have many, depending on who you ask. But my dad's nickname always for me was HB, which is the initials of my first and middle names. At work, besides the other things they probably call me, Helgermite. I got called Helgermite a lot, which kind of fits if you've ever seen a Helgermite. And I'm kind of protected with Helgermites. And the joke always was Helga might and Helga might not. And Mike, for some reason, and I really don't know where this came from to this day, but his nickname for me has always been Matilda. which kind of makes me laugh. My dad had a pen pal and friend in Queensland, Australia, named Roger. And Roger came over to actually visit us stateside, and when he did, and I was probably about 10 years old, he actually brought me a music box from Australia, and it plays Waltzing Matilda. So, don't know where that comes from, but yep, that's another one of my nicknames. So those are my main nicknames. My favorite holiday. I kind of have a theory on holidays. I believe everyone should be celebrated to the utmost because it's a celebration of life in a lot of respects. But I would say Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas are my favorites. I like July 4th too for what it is and how important it is, but Christmas and Easter are probably my number 2 favorites, and then Thanksgiving. My least favorite subject in high school. Oh, that is so easy. This is one I can definitively tell you like that. Yeah, math. I got through everything fine, but I'm just not a natural math person. I was totally in English, history, biology, some sciences. Math, hate it. I can do it. Hate it. Hate it. Bonus question. Any hobbies? Oh man. You know, like work gets in the way of the whole rest of my life. You guys know I have the farm and the animals. I like to garden. I like to do a lot of outdoorsy things like camping. My horses are big. Reading, writing. I like going to concerts and museums and historical places and national parks. Road trips now and then. So there's a lot of things. I mean, there's so much out there in life. How could you not have hobbies? My God, there's so much. Not to mention the cooking and the baking. And when I had more time, I used to do a lot of sewing and needlework and stitching work, like cross stitch and stuff like that. Candle wicking. But I don't have much time for that anymore. Maybe when I retire someday, long, long, far away, I'll get a chance to do that. So, that was the 30 things about me. Like I said, check out the description down below for the people that I've tagged and maybe learn a few things about them. So, thanks. Bye.